it's Mr. Scopa here with an update for October 16th, 2015. It is yet another Friday. It's amazing at how fast this time is flying already. We are just over a month and a half into the school year so far. So just a reminder of some things that are going on is that each and every day, the kids have reading for 20 minutes and their reading log. Please make sure that they are the ones that are filling out their reading logs, and all you need to do is put that little initial on there. Just kind of remind them that they should be writing the complete book title, that they should be using capital letters, things should be spelled correctly. If you happen to notice it, give them a little reminder that they should be following those directions. They're at the top of the reading log each and every time. Also, underlining the title of the book is an important thing. This is something that kind of gets them ready for the idea of citing their sources for future research, and just the idea of that routine and the responsibility of homework every night for their reading. I know that reading at home is very important, both as a parent and as a teacher. I know that it's very important. I spend time with my kids every night reading at home. My first grader and my third grader both have nightly reading assignments, so I go through with them, and you know, it's great because I have them read out loud to me, and that's a great strategy for at home. Reading out loud. They can read out loud to you, they can read out loud to the dog, they can read out loud to an older or younger brother or sister. If you're reading out loud with them, just some things to kind of think about, some things to talk about as they're reading, and to see how well they're comprehending it. I just want to talk about a few things here. So talk about, you know, their connections of things, and you know, what they already know about the book to outside life connections and things like that. Talk with them about predictions. We do this a lot in class. You know, right now we're reading a book called Schooled by Gordon Korman, and occasionally I will stop and ask questions of, well, what do you think this character's thinking, or what do you think is going to happen to this character, and things like that. Talk to them about the words that are really kind of bringing out the picture in their mind. If they were watching the movie in their head as they were reading the book, what are they seeing? How would they describe it? What words kind of helped out with that? Asking questions. If they struggle on a word a little bit, you know, talk with them. How would you figure out the meaning of that word and so forth? Summarizing. Whoops, sorry, that's a little low for you. Summarizing, talking about the things that have happened in the book so far, or in the chapter, or just in the section that you've read. And then also evaluate, talking about their opinion about their book, whether they like it, whether they like the author, how it's been written, things like that. All those things are great strategies to use when you're talking with your students about their reading. So that's just a little hint on that, a little inside information on that. This week we are starting back up with Wordly Wise today. So with Wordly Wise, remember that lessons A through D, that's the first 4 lessons, are due on Tuesday. So when they're assigned on Friday, after we go over them in class, they've got the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and it's due on Tuesday. And then lesson E, which is the one with the reading comprehension questions, that's due on the Thursday, so that gives them 2 days to do that. Just a few reminders with that. Make sure that they're going over the directions very carefully, checking with them on that. Especially with the reading comprehension section, the lesson E, make sure that they are circling the words in their answers for their Wordly Wise words. Each word should be used once and only once. To make sure that they've got it all through, they can double check using a checklist of the words that's over there on the opposite page in the blue. They can use that as a checklist to make sure that each question has one of those words and it's only used once. They should also be underlining and numbering in the passage where the answers come from. That kind of helps them out. If they go through and do that before they answer the questions, that might be a strategy to help them find that they are only using each word once. They should be in complete sentences, capital letters, and periods. And those are things that I'm looking for when I'm going through and talking with them about it. And then on the last day of the week, on the Friday, they do have a multiple choice test that they take to show that they know the words and that they know how to use the words and the definitions and the synonyms and antonyms of them and so forth. There'll be some of those. The first 2 tests coming home soon. If they don't bring them home today, they probably didn't empty their mailbox. So those will be coming home. So you can see the types of questions that are being asked about it. Wordly Wise is a great system, and I'm really excited to be using it because I see it as something that the kids can use in their everyday writing. It's something that will help with their reading. It will help with their conversations, and I use those words throughout the days in class, and you know, I try and focus on the ones for the week and just kind of pop them in here and there into the lessons. And that might be an idea of something to do at home too. So the other big thing is multiplication, multiplication, multiplication. We got to learn those facts. We've been working with multiplication for about a month now of really kind of focusing in on it. We've been doing things like counting around the classroom and doing number pop. You can ask them about those games that we've been playing where it's multiples of whatever number, and we either count by those multiples, and we're going to be working in more strategies. The reason being is that division is coming up soon, and those multiplication facts, as you know, are so important to division because you can't do one without the other. So with that, I hope you have a great weekend. I know it's going to be a little bit colder, and hopefully we don't have any of that white stuff dropping out of the sky. So with that, we'll see you next week.